Hello everyone, we're back again with another episode here. We're just going to pick up where we left off. Basically we just killed Vertigo and jumped in the elevator. So now we're going to pick up some of the treasures that are in this area. Did not mean to do that. Then I'm going to rearrange a little bit here.
Welcome.
And we're going to talk to this guy.
Got some rare. What are you selling? Is that all?
Sell the TNT ammo because we don't need it.
Is that all?
Sell these treasures really fast.
Is that all? Is that
Sell
all,
this
stranger? Is that all?
first aid spray here.
Thank you.
And we're going to keep this because we have one more Novistador section where hopefully we can get a blue eye to complete that.
What are you buying?
Going to
Stranger.
go ahead and buy my rocket launcher here.
What are you buying?
And I think that about does it.
Come back anytime.
I think I said earlier that I was not going to keep the broken butterfly, but I think I'm going to purchase one upgrade for it, and that will be a capacity upgrade because I'm going to at least use the bullets that I have currently to empty it out before selling it, because why not use an incredibly powerful gun and its ammo before you're just getting rid of it. We wasted a lot of ammo there. That was very, very poor shooting on my part. I would very highly recommend not wasting all that ammo as I just did. Now this section could actually pretty much be skipped with the rocket launcher. You do is just walk up and blast the boulder over there with the rocket launcher, and you can basically just advance right through, no issues whatsoever. That's not what we're going to do because obviously we're trying to get extra treasures. And if you remember, once they catch on fire, you shoot them once and they will burn to a crisp. No battle will need you. If you can't tell, I like kind of funneling them up this ladder. It just kind of makes it a little bit easier because it kind of gives you a chance to get in a free shot on them. That gives you a chance to see what kind of weapons they have, all of that. Like this guy and his dynamite. which allows you to do that to the guy. So at this point we're ready to kind of move forward a little bit. So I'm just going to move up and take that guy out. So I knew there was a treasure right around there somewhere, but I could not remember exactly where it was at. As you can see, this is another guy that kind of waits to ambush you here, because he just kind of stands up here at the top, and as you're trying to move about, he just basically tries to cheap shot you. I always thought that was kind of an unfair one. Never did think that that was very fair at all, that they put that guy up there and he can just throw at you. I did get a little confused there, I'm not gonna lie to you. I knew that I had to operate the handles, but it kind of confused me a little bit on what exactly I was supposed to be operating there. I forgot that once you try to move the minecart, that the power trips. Now we come back and turn the power back on. We can go finish what we started here. We're usually not doing this section this way. Because typically I would just use my rocket launcher and basically just kind of bypass this section, but I didn't want to do that here. Because, like I said, I'm trying to show everyone else how you can kind of get extra money and treasures out of all this, so bypassing these sections without actually doing them does not really help us a whole lot. In all honesty, since I'm going to purchase one upgrade for the broken butterfly, I don't feel like wasting all the other ammo. I don't feel like wasting all my other ammo on that guy. And basically gives us our ammo back, and there's a bonus 10,000 to help cover that rocket launcher expense. So that's always nice. Another reason I wanted to do this section for you instead of bypassing. I've never really liked this section. I think it's kind of it's almost like a time waster. It's like they put it in here, but it's not really that much of a puzzle or anything else to figure out. It's always felt like kind of a waste of time to me, just a filler, basically. Whereas I feel like a lot of the games, there was a lot of good stuff in the sections. It just did not seem to be the case for this one. As you can see, I still knife quite a bit. And right here, you want to make sure you get these barrels because you will get some more magnum ammo and another hand grenade. So as you can see, we're kind of stacked up on our magnum ammo here. Now in this room, there are actually 2 elefantes that you're going to fight. But basically what I'm going to do is, instead of dropping one down in the pool of lava and losing out on all that money that he can give us, we're going to fight both of these guys. But we are in fact going to use our rocket launcher here. Because obviously we don't want to try and fight 2 of these guys at the same time, so basically we're just going to work this to where we kill one instantly and then fight the other one normally. Hopefully we can make it up here and get to this before he tries to shake it. Because if you drop a guy in the lava there, you don't get the money for killing him. So this is one way, if you decide that you don't want to deal with all the bottle caps and everything else, this is one way to try and get a little bit of the money back that you would normally get for doing that. And as you can see, that took next to nothing to get him to come down. We do this a couple of times and this guy will be toast. The only issue with this gun here is obviously the reload speed here, but you should have time to be able to get that reload in. I typically still follow this strategy because getting up here and letting him get close to shake that and then jumping, it just gives you the free shots that you need. Now we're actually going to quit using that. We're going to save those last 2 bullets and our upgrade with that gun in just a moment once we get to a merchant again for another point in time. Slide down again. Go ahead and reload right now. This thing right here is kind of a bullet suck, but this is also why we've been conserving so much ammo, because certain points like this, it's not really a good viable option for taking them down without dropping them in the floor or using a rocket launcher or something of that nature. But we're just going to do a little bit of rinse and repeat, and this really, it shouldn't take too much longer. Doing a few good shots on this guy here. Run back, climb back up. Now at this point, like I said, we're just going to rinse and repeat, so there's not going to be much commentary until I'm done killing this guy. typically I always have time to reload just as soon as he goes to fall down onto one knee like that. And I'm sure you could tell whenever I kind of started going up for that last hit on him, the music stopped. So in case you didn't know, it takes 3 hits, 3 like climbs up on his back to kill him. But even if that part did not quite get you set up right, just worth it to know that once the music stops, you know that you're done. So be ready to either hit your buttons and dodge, or just back up out of his way. Now this is the last section that I was telling you about with the Novistadors. In all honesty, this section is kind of a pain in the butt. They don't spawn infinitely. But they just overall in all honesty, I should have just used my shotgun there, to be perfectly honest with you. So trying to chop all these guys down with my handgun. So that being said, let's go ahead and do that now. We'll actually just use this egg to basically get us back to full health. Now, as you can see, we're kind of starting to get a supply up of grenades again. This is kind of one of the terrible parts of this section, is these guys just kind of seem to come from everywhere. And it looks like we are actually getting incredibly lucky here, because the blue eyes, as I've learned, are completely and entirely random. So when you do this section, you may or may not get one to complete your butterfly lamp. This was a little bit of what I was speaking on for this section, because these guys are like nowhere and everywhere all at the same time, and they do this stupid attack right here that is undodgeable. There's nothing you can do about it, and the best thing that you can do is just try and hit them while they are in the air. It is a very, very aggravating section, to be perfectly honest with you. Which is why I've been trying to lure them all towards this tunnel, because then they're just basically easy picking. If you notice, they're not really coming over here until I come out, and then they're just seemingly hitting me from nowhere. Now, there are only so many that spawn, but as you can tell, when they're flying, they can kind of get you pretty easily. And that's what I mean kind of by them being a cheap enemy. to keep reloaded here. One thing that I might actually recommend to you is that you purchase another ammo capacity upgrade for your shotgun. Like I said, just keep in mind that when these guys are flying, they are one-shot kills. So any of them that you can hit while they are in the air is always a plus, even if it's just one little spray from your shotgun. It still makes a world of difference. And as you can see, we're getting a little bit of our shotgun ammo back there. Now this is the part where you will see, or potentially see, I should say, how glitchy these creatures are and why I think most people in the community hate them. Because this is usually where it happens to me as well. A lot of times when you're in this area, the novistadors, when you're coming back out and trying to kind of back them in a little bit, they glitch through the floor here, but they are still able to hit you even if they are in the ground. I don't know if you saw that right then, but he was actually glitched into the ground. Now, because I don't want to go through all of my shotgun ammo, I'll pull out my pistol and use it just a little. And we're actually going to go this way, because pretty much all the spawns in here are based on where you're at in the room. So you get to certain, I guess you would say, map checkpoints, not a checkpoint that will allow you to do a reset. Once again, still learn something new every day. Apparently, if you're in the middle of a reload and it gives you the action prompt to kick while you're in the middle of that reload, it will not let you do it. I just learned that because I hit the button to kick, but I guess being in the middle of the reload, he didn't do anything, just stood there and took it. Now, did everyone see what I was talking about right there? This guy just flew right through the ceiling and got behind me and messed up the whole thing. So now I took extra damage here that should not have even been taken, but since he was able to just fly through the ceiling, he's just come right in behind me, which then kind of pinned me up. Same situation again, right when I went to reload it gives me the prompt. That's exactly the kind of thing that I mean with this game and these particular enemies. I was actually trying to get that guy to fall down here where we could shoot him, but it did not happen. But that's okay, because we're going to leave this area regardless. Now, something that you can do is, once you get to this area, if you still have no visitors left, they will not follow you past that entryway. So, as much as they chase you, you can basically kind of just do the same thing to them. You could just stand in that doorway and pick them all off one by one. No issues and no fight back. We really don't need a gun equipped right here, any particular one, so we're just going to move on forward. I was always really nervous about this part when I was a kid, and I've actually never been squished by these things. But there's a first time for everything, so since I've said that, watch me get a little squished here. There we go, that is not too bad. We're going to take our royal insignia and go topside. That is the end of chapter 4-2. We are not going to save because we're going to progress to the next little merchant shop, which is just ahead, and we'll save there. But before we save and talk to the merchant, we're going to move all of this over. We're going to look at our treasures because we're going to want to combine that. We're going to want to combine that, and then we're going to want to combine that. And now you can sell every treasure that you have.
Got some rare things. What are you selling?
Sell the TMP ammo that I'm not using.
Thank you.
Go down here.
Is that
Sell my
all?
velvet blues.
Is that all?
Sell the green eyes.
Is that all?
Sell the red eyes.
Is that
Sell
all?
the blue eyes. And as you can see, we now have over
What are you
500,000 pesetas.
What are you
There's
buying?
not any need to
Is
purchase
that all,
the
stranger? Thank you.
rocket launcher just yet.
Is that all?
Now that is the only upgrade I will be purchasing for that weapon.
Is that all? Thank
But we are going to go ahead and increase this to 12. I'm trying to think if I want to go ahead and increase it again, but I don't think I'm going to.
Is that all? Thank you.
From this point on, we're basically just going to keep kind of purchasing all the like firepower or reload speed or firing speed upgrades that come up.
What are you buying?
Well, I was thinking about buying that, but I think what I'm going to do is, since I'm at the end of this section and I'm about to get off of here, I'm just going to wait, because in the next section I will use this rifle to kill some enemies, and I'll come back and purchase this upgrade and get us a free 17 shots. So, as I just stated, I'm going to call that quits for now, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.